Hey guys, it's Kim. This is Rothy. It's this little tush. You'll probably want to block for class today, and we're going to dive right in, starting in downward facing dog. So grab what you need and pop yourself on your mat. As you set up in dog, ground the hands, right? Find how you're connected to earth. And then lengthen up from there. So the hands are strong. They connect us to Mother Earth, but then we push away. We're not kind of ready to settle and sink down into it yet. And from that place, just find whatever little movements feel right. Pedaling out the hips, bending and extending the knees. As you move around here and sort of explore and wake up, simultaneously become aware of the breath. And then begin to bring your movement to stillness here. Wrapping the eyes of the elbows forward, lifting up out of the shoulders and the armpits. Gaze is roughly at the thighs. Lengthen the tailbone up even as we engage through the core. And connect the feet down. So that may or may not mean heels down. Really doesn't matter. Come up high on the toes here. Bend the knees and then scoop the tailbone under. We'll continue rounding the spine, but begin by scooping the tailbone under and then round until you get to the upper back and the legs begin to unfurl and you find your way into a high plank. So we lengthen out the spine some, still keeping that openness through the upper back, and find that push away of the earth here. Ease in the neck. And then bend the knees, lower them down to the earth. Lower the chest and chin down to the earth. Elbows straight back, tushes high, little back bend here. Pause. Magnetize the elbows towards each other so we engage through the back body. Even here, fire through the core. And then push back up on the knees, scoop the tailbone under, round, cat the spine, sink the sit bones back onto the heels, toes are probably still tucked, and then lift your way up and back, downward facing dog. Again, come up high on the toes, scoop the tailbone under, keep hollowing out the front body as we round through the whole spine, and eventually unfurl into a high plank. Lower the knees down, lower chest and chin down, push back up, cat round the spine, and then sink back to sit on the heels. Lift the sit bones, lift the knees, downward facing dog. Last time through, come up high on the toes. Begin scooping the tailbone under and then continue to round through the whole spine. Really be aware of the nuances of what's going on. After you find plank, lower the knees, lower chest and chin, elbows go high and back, engage the back body. Push up, round, cat the spine, sit back on the heels here. Now, spill a little more weight into the toes if you need to adjust them. Try to get the big toe as well as the pinky toe on the mat if your legs agree to that. And then round the spine here, grow light on the hands, drag the fingers towards you as you round up to sitting on the heels. Fire toes. Lengthen the tailbone down, lift up through the core, knit the ribs in, lengthen up through the back of the head. Full breath in. Breathe out, release the shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms overhead, grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Again, lengthen the tailbone down. Little lateral bend up and over to the right. We will not be here long. Inhale fully. Exhale, reach a little deeper. Lift your way back up to center. Switch the grip. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Lengthen the tailbone down. Gather ribs in. Reach up and then up and over to the left. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. And one more breath. Inhale into the side body. And then exhale, engage the left side body to lateral bend a little deeper. And then lift your way back up. We'll lift up to standing on the shins. Untuck the toes if you like, and just kind of pedal out the tops of the feet a little bit. Woo. Good. Gazes forward. Just find something steady. You can tuck or untuck the toes. All we're doing is plucking up the right leg and stepping it out in front of us. Little 90-90 low lunge. So, right, there's just lots of 90s. Left knee, right hip, right knee, right ankle. Grab your block, probably on low or medium. Lengthen the tailbone down, lift up through the core, sweep the left arm up, and then lateral bend up and over to the right. So the right hand can go on your block. Pull the right hip back in space, gather the right ribs in. And then like you're reaching for something way over here to the right side, extend through the left fingers, and a little release to just kind of fling back to what's comfortable. Reach, engage right side body, extend, fling back. Reach, fling back, reach, fling back, reach, fling back, twice more. Reach, fling back, reach, fling back. Good. Bend the left elbow, place the hand sort of at the base of the skull, retract the left shoulder, so slide it towards the spine, and spiral the heart up, 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 fire left glute, lengthen tailbone down. Now tuck the chin, gather that left elbow in, round down, and kind of bring that left elbow towards the right knee. Maybe it goes all the way there, maybe not. But open up back of heart. Inhale, open, spiral the heart up as we retract shoulder. Exhale, tuck and round left elbow towards knee. Inhale, open everything up. And exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift up to neutral. Bring the left hand to the left hip. Now, think warrior two, but not exactly. Right hand goes on that block. It can go a little further away at any point. It can go to a lower or higher setting. Tuck the back toes, left toes. Lift the back knee. Now, dial the left heel down and open the hips to the left side of the mat. That's sort of a warrior two, but notice it's got this big back bend. So it's sort of like this warrior two meets back bend meets extended side angle. Come up on the left toes. Drive the foot away from the earth in order to drive the left hip point forward and bend really deeply into the right knee. Sweep the left arm up by the ear. So we've got this back bend and we're pressing the hips forward. Now, sort of level out the torso, heart faces the earth. Let the arms sweep around, just that left heel comes back down. Again, come up on the left toes, drive the hip point forward, open through the heart, let the left arm move around, and then sort of close it off, left heel down, heart roughly towards the earth. Again, up on the left toes, drive the hip points forward, open it up, and then come back so we face the earth, heel down from here. Left hand to the earth, and you're welcome to kind of keep this block in the right hand if you want. Come up on the left toes, side plank dial the left heel down, pluck up the right leg, bend the knee, grab the earth with the left hand, push, 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 engage left side body, fire core. Now, if you want to pluck up the right hand, you can. Right hand to the mat, come up on the left toes. From here, gather the knee in towards face, maybe not all the way. Externally rotate the hip, shin to the earth, roughly parallel with the top of the mat. Lower the left knee down. King, who knows? Pigeon. I couldn't think of the name. Lift the heart up, circle sweep the arms overhead. Fire the left glute to lengthen the tailbone and press the hips forward. Cactus the arms, drag the shoulder blades down. Big openness. Now sweep the arms sort of down around, and then they come in front of you. Plant the hands. You can tuck the left toes if you haven't. From here, keep this pigeon shape. Scoop the tailbone under, push and round the spine. See how that sort of plays into the hips and changes what's happening. Cheetah Pose. Push the earth away, pluck up left knee, pluck up right shin, knee towards nose. Step the right foot between the hands. Good, good. And then from here, pluck up this left leg. Externally rotate, figure 4, left ankle on thigh. Deeply, deeply bend the right knee. Connect the right foot to the earth. Get the heart as close to the left shin as you can and the hips as low as you can without judging where your body is. Gather strength into the leg and the core, and then just float the hands in this tight little low figure 4. Push your way up to standing. So that right leg does the work and the push. Gather this left knee in towards the collarbone. Probably won't go all the way. And then drop that left knee sort of in line with the right knee. Again, externally rotate, but this time the left ankle crosses behind you and goes out. Lengthen the tailbone by engaging the core. Fire the left glute even as we do that. Cactus the arms. Retract the shoulders, lift up through the heart. Now find a neutral spine. Bend the right knee. Send this left leg off to the side, off of the mat. Bend, 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 bend the right knee. Try to hover. You can take airplane arms. And then let the pinky toe side of the left foot just touch the mat. You can use your block if you need. Bow down as low as you can. Strength in the right leg. Push. Pluck your way back up. Cactus the arms just lightly. And see if you can bring the left knee up to the left elbow. And then again, cross that left leg behind the right, send it off the mat, low, 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 low bow, last moment, let the foot touch the earth. Push into the right leg, lift to standing, light cactus arms, left knee to left elbow. So that side body engages one more time. Bow down, left foot crosses behind, goes off the mat, you bow low. And then you push the earth away. The right leg should be working pretty hard in this. Light cactus, left knee to the elbow. And then from here, we simply bow down, bring the left hand to the earth, and then we plop the tush to the earth. Yes, you are facing a random direction off the side of your mat, but the legs are crisscross. Adjust slightly, twist left elbow outside of the right thigh. Keep the legs, little counter twist, bow over to the right, open through the back of the heart. From here, lift up, plant the left hand so that as you bend the left elbow out, it kind of goes in line with that rest. It's not an exact science at this point. It's a little off to the side is the point. Reach the right arm inside of the right leg. Turn the palm to face your back body and grab hold of this left foot, pinky toe side. Now we've got that left hand there. Adjust the rotation in any way that you need. Bow low like we've been doing. Push the right foot into the earth and just lightly pluck up the hips. Little baby grasshopper. Now, without going too high, stand up a little bit more. That left arm can go straight, but the right knee is still bent. Release the foot, bend the left knee, bring it to the left elbow. This time that arm is straight though. We crunch the side body, and then we step the left foot near that hand, and we malasana at a random angle. Breathe, inhale, exhale, melt the tailbone down. Press into both feet, lift up to standing. Just sweep the right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bend the knees deeply until the tush comes to the earth. Grab your block, set it at the back of the mat. Bring the hands behind you from here. They can face any direction. Little reverse tabletop. Pluck up the hips. Fire the glutes. And then lower the hips. Down, pluck up the left hand. Cross over. This will be high plank at the back of the mat. So cross over. Lift the sit bones. Left hand down. Right hand walks wide. Uncross What are those? Ankles. And then up and back, downward facing dog. Full inhale. Full exhale. Come up high on the toes, bend the knee. Scoop the tailbone under, start to round the whole spine. Really open the back body as much as you can until you unfurl into high plank. Use those side body muscles to push. Lower the knees. Now open lower chest and chin. Core still engages, back body engages. Push back up, cat the spine, knees are still down. And then lower the sit bones back onto the heels. Get light on the hands, scoop and round your way up to sit into fire toes. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms overhead. Just quickly up and over to the left side. And then up and over to the right side. And then lift to center, lift the sit bones up. So we're standing on the shins. Untuck the toes if you would like. Weight in the, right shin. Pluck up the left leg. Step that foot forward. Nice bend here. Grab hold of the block. Bring it off to the side here. So 90-90 lunge. Sweep that right arm up. Gather the rib in. Lateral bend over towards the left. So engage the left side body, but also think about reaching those right fingers way off to the side. We're still pulling that left hip back. We're firing the right glute to lengthen the tailbone. And then when you really hit your limit, you just sort of spring back to the same shape, but a softer, easier version. Reach over, spring back. Reach, lateral bend, spring back. Reach, spring back, reach, spring back, reach, spring back, reach, spring back. Last time, reach, spring back. Bend the right elbow, hand at the base of the skull. Keep pulling the left hip back. Keep lengthening the tailbone down. Retract right shoulder. Open the heart up and to the right. Exhale. Tuck the chin. Gather the elbow in. Round down. Elbow towards knee. Inhale. Open up. Retract shoulder. Open heart. Exhale. Round down, open back of her right elbow towards left knee. Inhale, open, retract shoulder. Exhale, round down. Come back to center here. Take this block. It goes a little bit further to the side. The right hand can kind of just go somewhere comfortable on the right hip. Tuck the right toes, pluck up the knee. Now dial the right heel down like warrior two. Open the hips to the right side of the mat. So this block is something to lean on. Fire the glutes to open a little bit. So there's a back bend in this. Come up on the right toes. Really drive that hip point forward. Bring the right arm by the right ear. And then let's sort of neutralize this. So circle, sweep the torso low, heart down, hover over the thigh, heel down. Now come up on the right toes, drive that hip point forward, sweep into the back bend. And then exhale, neutralize, heart faces the earth, heel down. Arm just follows, right arm follows. Come up on the toes, drive the hip point forward, deep bend in the left knee. Exhale, circle, sweep, heart faces the earth. Last time. On the toes, drive the hip point forward, and then exhale, circle sweep, so we face the earth again. Good. From here, right hand to the earth, come up high on the right toes, and then you can take this block with you for a bit. Right heel down, pluck up that left leg, you can bend the knee. Really push into the earth, engage the side body, fire through the core, and then maybe now you lift the left hand. Move the block out of the way, left hand down, come up on the right toes. Gather the left knee loosely and externally rotate, shin on the mat behind both wrists, roughly parallel to the top. Tuck or untuck the back toes, lift the torso. So king pigeon. Lift high, squeeze the legs together, lengthen the tailbone. Sweep the arms up and then cactus them. Retract shoulders, lift the heart. So press the hip point forward and press the heart up. Sweep the arms down, around, and back. Set the hands on the earth in front of you. Tuck the back toes if you haven't. Scoop the tailbone under, round the spine, open back of heart. Pluck up the right knee, pluck up the whole left leg, knee towards nose. Step the left foot in between the hands from here. Pluck the right leg up, externally rotate. We've got this low, low, low little figure 4. Right ankle on thigh. Deeply bend the left knee. Connect the foot to the earth. And then engage through that leg. Get the torso as close to the right shin as it will agree to, active in the right foot, hips as low as they'll agree to, and then maybe the hands float. Use the power of the left leg to lift up to standing. Just pluck up the right leg, neutrally rotate it, bring the knees in line. Now externally rotate again, right foot off to the left side behind the left leg. Lengthen the tailbone by engaging the core, and then fire the glute to lightly lift that right leg, shin towards the sky. It probably barely goes anywhere. Cactus the arms, and use the power of the back body to open the front body up. Leave the general shape, neutralize the spine. Begin to bend the left knee. Now send the right leg off to the side of the mat. It begins to extend. You'll go as low, bowing down as you can, and then that right leg just sort of lightly touches. Power of the left leg lifts you up to standing. Lightly cactus the arms, bend the right knee, bring the right knee towards the right elbow. So much side body engagement. Again, cross right leg behind left, bow down, go as low as you can, last minute, right foot can touch. And then use the power of the left leg to pluck your way up, loosely cactus the arms, right knee to right elbow. One more, send that right leg off to the side, bow low. And we're still, that left leg may be burning, that's okay. Use it to lift up lightly, cactus left knee to elbow. And then once again, this time, we get to sit, but first bow, muster as much control as you can, and then right hand down, sort of butt plops down. That left foot can come in a little bit closer, right elbow outside of thigh, find that twist. Counter twist, unfurl, bow over to the right, let the spine soften. Now lift up slightly so we're still twisted to the right, but the spine's got a little more length. That right hand sort of comes off to the side. And that's so when the elbow bends, notice it's roughly over the wrist. And that hand can go any direction that works in the body. Left arm comes inside of the left leg, and then you get to bow, bow, bow. That right elbow gets to bend. And we reach in front of the left shin and we grab hold of the pinky toe side of the foot. Now we fire everything and we pluck up, staying low, the hips. Power of the left leg. Lift just until the right arm is about straight. The hips can go kind of high. Release the foot like we've been doing. Bend the right knee. Engage right side body. Tap the knee towards the elbow. And then we step that right foot roughly by the hands. We adjust as we need. And we sink down into Malasana. And you do not worry at all about what direction you're facing. Press into the earth in order to lift up to standing. Step the feet so you face the top of the mat. Inhale the arms overhead. And then exhale, hinge down. Bend the knees. You can reach forward in order to get the tush down. We'll go through the whole thing just once more. You can move that block if you need. Hands behind you. Lift the hips up. Fire the glutes open through the shoulders. Lower the hips back down. Pluck up the right hand, cross it all the way over until it sort of takes the place of the left hand. Walk the left hand over, lift the hips, and we unfurl. We're in a crisscross plank. Adjust things as you need. Uncrisscross the legs. Push the sit bones up and back, downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Soften the knees, scoop the tailbone under, round, 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 and then unfurl high plank. Lower knees down, strong back body, strong core, chest, chin. Push back up, cat round, scoop the spine. Sit back on the heels, roll your way up. This time, let's just pluck the tush up, lengthen the tailbone, lift the right leg, little low lunge. Go ahead and we'll go straight into that warrior two part. So take the block. You can do this without the block, but for most of us, the block will help. Lift the left knee, sweep the left arm up by the ear, and then don't even bother dropping the left heel. Use the power, starting all the way at the toes, to press that left hip point forward. There is this back bend in this, and let's just breathe here for a moment. Now circle the spine, sort of neutral, let it hover above the leg. Extend the right leg here. Once more, bend the right knee, power the left toes, press the hip point forward, back bend, and then side plank. So circle all the way through, plant the left hand, dial the left heel down, pluck up the right leg, side body strength, lift, 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 lift. King pigeon, right hand down, right shin down. Let's bring a back bend into it, but let's lift the hips high up off of the earth. Sweep the arms overhead. You're welcome to Kali Mudra and open. Do fire the left glute. You're also welcome to cactus. Sweep the hands down, around, and onto the ground in front of you. Tuck the back toes if they're not. Leave the general shape. Scoop the tailbone under. Push and round. Let's take an extra breath here. Continue to fire the left glute. Lift the left knee. Pluck your way up to cheetah. Right knee to nose. Step the right foot between the hands. Figure four. Nice and low. Left ankle on thigh. Deep bend in the right knee. Low torso. Float the hands. Now, leaving this as a balance, pick one thing to look at. Let's turn it into a forward fold. So just as much as you can, extend the right leg and bow down. Rebend the right leg. Grab hold of the left shin, so either a hand on a knee and a foot or elbow pits on a knee and a foot. Bring it with you as you pluck up to standing, active in the foot. And let's take that bow with left leg behind us. So fire through the core, release without flinging that leg, circle it around behind you, send that left leg way off to the side, bow down, lightly touch, and then power the right leg, lift up, cactus the arms, left knee to left elbow. Faster for the other two times. Left leg to the side, bow down, lift back up, left knee to left elbow, side body works. Bow down, left leg off the side of the mat, lift back up, lightly cactus, left knee to left elbow. This time we find a seat. First you bow down, take your time, left hand to the earth, find that seat. Gather that foot a little in, left elbow outside of the thigh, and then unfurl, humble, bow the other way. Reach that right arm inside, in front of the right shin, grab hold of the left foot, set up the left hand, pluck up the tush, stay low, baby grasshopper. Now extend the left elbow, let go of the foot, use the side body, knee towards the tricep, and then step that left foot wide, Mulasana. Press into the foot, lift up to standing, step around to the top of the mat, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, lower, reach forward, get the tush on the earth. Hands behind you, reverse tabletop, fire the glutes, open through the heart. Exhale, tush down. Pluck up the left hand, bring it all the way around to replace the right hand. Pluck up the hips, walk the hands and feet as you need. Push up and back, downward dog, one breath. I should have told you, if you want your block, we have one more time through. Grab it for your warrior 2 back bend. Bend in the knee, scoop the tailbone under, round the spine, and then unfurl it into high plank. Lower the knees, lower chest and chin, back bend with a strong back body. Push up, cat and round the spine. Lower the sit bones onto the heels. Roll your way up to seated on the heels. Lift the hips, lengthen the tailbone. Plug up the left leg. Step it into that little 90-90 lunge. Hinge forward, grab your block. Left hand on the block outside the left leg. Tuck the right toes, pluck up that knee. Open the hips, stay up on the right toes. Bring that right arm by the ear. Now, strength starts, that power starts at the right toes. Push the right hip point forward, deeper into a back bend, but it comes from this activeness. Deep bend in the left knee. This should feel nice. If it doesn't, modify. Now stay on the right toes. Just circle sweep the torso so the heart just sort of floats above the left leg. Extend the left leg. Hollow out the core a little bit here. One more time. Bend the left knee. Power the right toes. Drive the right hip point forward, and we unfurl into this back bend. And then we circle sweep that heart low. Right hand comes to the earth. Side plank. Make all the little pieces move so it's a foot and a hand. And then the side body works and lifts. Left hand down, come on the right toes. Pigeon, king pigeon, shin down, back knee down. Lift the torso, lift the hips, fire the glutes, circle, sweep the arms up, and then power the back body, lifts you into a back bend. You can Kali Mudra with straight arms, or you can cactus the arms. Bring the hands down and around to the mat in front of you. Tuck the right toes if you haven't. Leave the knee down and the left shin down. Scoop the tailbone under. Tuck the chin open through the back of the heart. Still fire the right glute. Cheetah pose. Pluck up the right knee, left knee into the nose. Step the left foot between the hands. Figure 4, right ankle on left thigh. So we have to lift that right leg and find a balance. And then we crouch low, low, low into this figure 4. Pluck up the hands. Take your time. There is no rush. When you're ready, see if you can do this without using the hands. So use the gaze instead to connect you to steadiness, to connect you to the earth as we work on extending the left leg, even if it doesn't go all the way, and hinging and bowing down. Rebend the left knee. Grab hold of the right shin, either hands on a foot and knee or elbow pits. Lift up, bringing that shin with you. Take your time still. And then release without flinging. I mean, you'll probably drop the shin a little bit, but try to leave it as high as you can. Sweep that right leg behind you, bow down. Right foot goes way off to the side of the mat. We've been here, get low. Lift your way up into the balance. Lightly cactus the arms, right knee to right elbow. Send the right foot behind the left leg, bow down. And then power the left leg, brings you back up. Cactus the arms, right knee to right elbow. Sweep the right leg behind you, bow down. And then lift back up, push back up with the legs, knee to elbow. And then this time, keep the control for the last lower. Right hand down, hips down. And then we find that little twist. Bring that left foot a little closer, right elbow to the outside of the thigh. Counter twist, unfurl, bow over to the right. And then from here, bring that left arm in front of the left shin. Grab hold of the foot. Remember that right hand is off to the side. So as we stay low, all we do is pluck up the hip and the right elbow is bent. Just a little bit. Lift the hips until the right elbow is straight. And then release the foot, right knee towards the elbow or armpit. And then Malasana. Set the foot down. Lower the hips down. Push into the feet. Lift up to standing at the top of the mat, so step around as you need. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, chair pose. Deep bend in the knees. And then lower down, sit bones to the earth. Bring the hands behind you. From here, lift the hips up. Reverse tabletop. Fire through the glutes. Lift the heart. The gaze is really somewhere that's just comfortable. So you can drop the head back or not. This time, simply lower the sit bones down. And we'll pluck up the hands. Pluck up the right hand, I should say. Let's take one last little twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. And then the other way, bring the right hand behind you. You intent the fingers, pluck up the left hand, left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. And then come back to center. Ground behind the thighs. So feet, knees, and hips are sort of roughly in line. Cat, round the spine. Scoop the tailbone long even while we're here. Really sort of suction out the core and then hollow out the heart, tuck the chin, and then roll just until like that weird place that you don't want to exist sort of on the low back. Pause there. Hollow out the core. Release the hands. Just reach them forward. Tiniest movements. Pulse up and down. It's really subtle, you guys. It's less about moving slightly up and down in space and more about you playing with the engagement of those really deep core muscles. So think about them sort of lifting and suctioning up and then a little release. You'll notice as they lift and suction up, you get a little more of a crunch and then you just take that little release. 3 more times. Little crunch, suction, release. Crunch, reach forward, release. Crunch, reach forward, and then roll your way all the way down. Slow, slow, slow. When you get to the back, just splay the arms, knock the knees in towards each other, maybe walk the feet wider and take a couple really big breaths. We'll take one active bridge pose and then a restorative bridge pose, and we'll close out class. Walk the feet in a little closer to the sit bones. Press the feet down. Scoop up the tailbone. Lengthen it. Lift it up off the earth. You can leave the hands by the sides or interlace them underneath of you. Before you walk the shoulders towards each other, reground through the feet. Lift the sit bones higher, the hip bones higher towards the sky. And then choose, does that feel really good? What does the back of the neck feel like? What's the upper spine feel like? Or do you want to walk the shoulder blades closer and puff up the heart? Send the knees away from you as you isometrically drag the feet towards you. From here, come up on the toes. If you walk the shoulder blades together, walk them apart, starting at the top of the spine, round down. Slow. See if you can get like each little vertebrae to separately touch the earth. Allowing the sacrum to be last. One inhale. One exhale. If your block is away from you, just without sort of elevating the harder the energy, too much. Sit up and grab it. This restorative bridge, I mean, if you want to go on high, that's cool. But what I'll encourage you is to actually try a lower setting than you normally do. Because we're really trying to kind of ground and wind down with a gentle opening. So the only reason to go higher would be like if your body is saying, hey, I really want that extra to the limit stretch in my hip flexors. But if your body's not saying that, just scoop up the tailbone and put the block either on medium or low, the step below what you normally do. Now it's your body, so it's up to you. If it is saying, hey, I want that highest pose I can take, that highest block setting, you got to listen to it. Two options for the legs here. Well, first let me talk about the block just for a hot second longer. I want make sure that it's on the sacrum. So that is not the low back. That is not the lumbar spine where you get that like little stick out your tush curve. I often see it end up there. If you go below that, you walk down, 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 closer towards the bottom of the spine, you'll find a little bit of like a flatter spot there that does not feel like it's segmented vertebrae. That's where we want this block to hit. That's going to be a little safer because it's a more solid piece. It's also going to encourage this lengthening of the tailbone. Knees can be bent, or you can extend the legs here. Wherever you are, put the block on low if it's not there. So if you need to bend the knees a little bit too, scoop up the tailbone, put the block on low, and then lift the feet up and kind of roughly stack the ankles over the hips. You can bend the knee for a little waterfall pose. Now here you can kind of play a little bit. You can even just sort of roll around a little bit on that block placement and where it hits the back of the pelvis here. There's not a right and wrong place as long as we're avoiding the lumbar spine. But they might feel a little different in different bodies. But even as you might be playing with this self-exploration, really let the energy levels slow. It's sprinkling rain on me here, you guys. I'll just take you into your final Savasana here. If you do need anything else, if your body feels like a plow pose or a happy baby would feel really good, do that. But when that block comes out from under you, you just roll the back body onto the earth, and you do take a moment to really kind of tune in with the low back and the pelvis. Unfurl the legs long. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath of you and let the palms face up towards the sky. And just surrender the back body down into the earth. Let the front body just sort of open and kind of just be like clouds, just sort of floating and merging with the space around you. As the back body safely tethers you here. Take as long as you need. Giving yourself this gift of stillness and release. When you are ready to come out, just do so really slowly, with respect for yourself and all you just did. As always, thank you. Peace for the body, peace for the mind, and peace for the spirit.